The war in Gaza today, it's a devastation for all the people, but especially women. You can see videos that is aired every hour from Gaza, how the women are surviving and how the women are struggling to continue their role in protecting their kids, their children, and in protecting the family. So Gaza now crystallizes the real factors of the situation, which is occupied people, colonized people, and occupiers, colonizers. And it's not only harsh measures, it's extermination of a people. So women can see that the whole population is becoming a goal of extermination. October 7 was a reaction to a 17 years of siege, a 76 years of occupation. It didn't start, the problem didn't start October 7. October 7 was a culmination of decades of occupation, decades of displacement, decades of people, 7 million people dispersed all over the world and in refugee camps in miserable conditions. So West Bank now is a focal point for the Israeli army, government, and the settlers. The settlers are militias. If we recall how the Zionist militias targeted inhabitants and the population, the Palestinian population in 1948, we can copy paste what happens, but with advanced technology, lethal weapons, and of course, America is the one, you know, the major enemy for not only the Palestinian people. America is the major enemy for the global population. They used different technology in 1948, but today we can see that one rocket or bomb thrown by a Jet 16 or a Jet 35 can destroy a whole neighborhood. And it's systematic. First, they started with the north, and then with the middle region, and then in the south of Gaza. And now they are trying to ethnically cleanse the people of the north so that they can occupy again. So what we are facing, and once again, this is one of the major faults of Oslo Agreement. What we are facing is another war of extermination, another war of ethnic cleansing. What is prepared for the West Bank is not only confiscation of more and more land. Now we only have like 15% of the land of the West Bank for the population, for the Palestinian population, and the rest of the land is confiscated, and settlements are there. We have like 800,000 settlers in the West Bank, and they are holding major points from the north to the south of the West Bank. Now, the number of prisoners increased triple. We used to have 5,500 to 6,000 prisoners before. 1,000 of them are administratively detained without any court session or without any sentence, without going to trial. That's what administrative detention is. It's run by the military courts, and they decide who they want to arrest and the term that this prisoner going to spend in prison. Now we have from 11,000 to 13,000 prisoners. the colonial powers wanted this area, and they fragmented the Arab world into different and small monarchies, and to serve their purpose. They want a middle region to connect them with the East, with the Near East and the Far East. And this is the perfect geography location for them. And the Israelis, the Zionist movement, which was created in 1897, took advantage of this. And that's how Balfour Declaration was given to the Jewish people, and the right of the Jewish people to have a Jewish state. There is no such a law or international law, if we want to go to the League of Nations or afterwards the United Nations. No, there is no such law that allows a people to come from 80 countries and claim that God gave them this land. I don't think that God works as a real estate, agent to distribute lands for the people. I'm not a religious person, and I believe in separation of state and religion, and we're with basic human rights, equality, justice, etc., and women's right as well, women's and children's right. I am not a supporter. I wasn't a supporter of Hamas, but I'm a supporter of the resistance. And October 7 made a turning point in the course of the struggle of the Palestinians. The resistance in Gaza is not only Hamas. There is at least 7 groups who are fighting on the ground, and some of them are seculars, and some of them are Marxist, and some there are not all religious Islamist groups, but all of them have the same goal, that armed struggle is a right for the Palestinian people, and we must defend our right to struggle or to fight the Israeli occupation with all means. There is resistance, armed resistance, and there is legal resistance, cultural resistance, popular resistance, all in one but against the Israeli occupation. The Israelis waged their war against the existence of the Palestinian people. And their intention and their goals are crystal clear. That's why the majority of the world people, the free people of the world, are supporting us and are in solidarity with the Palestinian people. The slogan of free, free Palestine from the river to the sea, Palestine shall be free, becomes a global slogan. And that's what we are calling for. We are calling for a one democratic state for all. And this one democratic state cannot be for all if this colonial Zionist apartheid regime stays in power. There is no country that is safe from these agendas, aggressive agendas of the US and its allies. The Western world doesn't want any opposition to their policies. Of course, we know that the relationship never stopped between the intelligence, the Turkish intelligence and the Israeli intelligence. Military between both sides has continued. And now the commercial is, they're helping the Israelis very much. And unfortunately, this role is not that clear for the Palestinians. The Turkish, because they're manipulating the people, as they are manipulating the Turkish people, they're manipulating also the Palestinian people. We went back, sometimes I say 50 years back, in our view of the society and the society's view of women. The NGOs is the sickness of the age, of our age. In Palestine itself, there used to be like 3,000 NGOs. All of them are financed by Europeans. And these Europeans are, they're satellite countries for the USA, and they try to break in the society through their NGOs. And people within the NGOs, Palestinians, most of them are or used to be from the left, from the Marxist and left parties. But now they're conducting programs that is subsidized and financed by the Western agenda. We don't need the Western mind and the Western women agenda to be applied on our society. We have our own history that accumulated through struggle, and we can manage our own society. We can manage our own current and future for the whole society and for the women and children. So we don't need Western educators to come and give us an agenda that suits them, not us. So this infiltration of the NGOs have affected the women. We don't have a real women movement as we used to have in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I remember in the first Intifada, I was in prison, and I have Jewish friends who used to come and visit me and bring me books. They used to come and demonstrate in front of the prison, and they used to bring us books and clothes. And so, yes, the relationship was different. We still have some relations, but it's very minimal. After October 7, things went really bad. Even Peace Now movement, which was a major movement for peace within the Israeli society, has retreated. We cannot talk about ceasefire without talking about the future, because if we have a ceasefire and a prisoners exchange, nothing prevents Israel from waging another war against us. So the colonial Zionist entity itself is endangering not only the Palestinians, but the whole region, including Turkey, and globally. So this colonial entity must be dismantled in order, if we want to have peace and prosperity and security in this region. Occupation is masculine occupation. They are all men, right? The majority who are running this war, whether in the White House or in the European Union or here within the Israeli society, is men. So we defending ourselves by struggling against the men of these regimes, the Western regimes. We cherish the culture of life. And because we love life, we want to live in dignity. We want to live in independence and liberty. We don't want injustice, and justice for all means justice for women as well. So we don't give our kids for nothing. We give them for life. We give them so the rest of the people can live in dignity and in freedom. So this is an answer to the Zionist and an answer to the ignorant Western system as well. Women of the world should unite to end any sort of oppression against humanity and against, of course, against women. So this day means unity for the women and unity for the free people to preserve and protect their liberty, their dignity, their humanity by uniting their efforts to eliminate all sorts of oppression, all sorts of terrorism, and sorts of violence. Violence stems from terrorism. So if we eliminate all political systems that condone wars and that produces arms to kill other human beings, we do a great job for women and for the free people of the world as well.